All right, this one's just for David. So you have 4 coins, and you start off with I have one of these little pouchy thingies. I put everything in there, and then I also put this in there. And then when beginning, I take this out. I have 2 people test it, make sure that it's good, and then I drop out the coins, put the purse down. I show 1 coin around quite a bit, while the other 3 are right here. They think there's 3, but you have this one. And I say, I have one of these Chinese coins, and then I put it here, but I thumb palm it, but I hang on to it, and I say, please take the 3 coins and thread them onto the ribbon. So they do that. Sometimes they'll do 1 at a time, sometimes they'll do all 3 if they're super talented and not drunk, and so boom, so they've got this on there, and then I've got this thumb palm. Then I pick them up, and then I've got a fan right here, and I take the thumb palm and I go to grab these, but I shoot that thumb palmed one inside of the front 2 right there as I flip this over, and now I have this, and I show my hands. I don't actually flip my hand to the side, I flip it sort of like that. Okay, so we've got that, and then I go to pick it up again. I say hold out your hand, and then I come back, grab the coins, and then leave behind the outermost one, so that we have that loose one threaded in the center of those 3 coins. And I've got this right here, and I pull it completely off as it goes into finger palm, and then I place those right there. So I've got 1 coin right here, completely off the ribbon, 1 of them in the center there. I drag it, and so it takes a second, and then I lift up, and then it melts right off. Pick up these 2. You can either pull this back, but if you don't have enough slack, like the ends are too close, you could literally just pick it up and go like that and throw it on top of that finger palmed one right there. And you can keep your fingers kind of cupped around it. They can't really tell how many there are, and you look very open and honest as you're showing them around. So then you go and you pick up the outer 2 and leave behind the other one in finger palm as you go like so. So 1 of them's loose right there. 1 of them's still on the ribbon. They pinch them. 1, 2, 3, and it comes right off the ribbon. From here, I pick this up by the coin, and that coin comes completely off the ribbon as I pick this up and I look at it. And then I say, please inspect those 2 coins. And then I've got this coin. I either finger palm it or classic palm. I usually classic palm it. As I go to pick this one up, I drop it behind into my left hand. So now I've got this over here and this like so. From here, I put it into, I put my pinky around the 2 ribbons as this goes into finger palm. So I've got it finger palmed and clipped right there. And I've got this loose finger palmed one. I go and I pick up the ribbon only as I lift it up and turn my hands, and I'm sort of like making it look like that coin is that coin. That coin's that coin as I pick up the ribbon. Boom. Pull with the right hand, and then left hand shows that coin, and it drops. So you've got your pinky around the 2 ends of the ribbon. You've got that loose circle right there, and then you've got a finger palmed coin which is on the ribbon. You pick up 1 of the coins, and then you go 1. If you need a little bit more, like a tighter loop there, you can pull these 2. It does help to have probably about like 5 to 6 inches right there. And you go 1, 2, and then toss this up as you drop the coin, like so. Okay, but make it look nice and smooth. Not always easy to do slow motion. You can also grip it like so, and kind of do something like that. Boom. You've got a loose one right here. You've got 2 right there. I say, please hold out your hand 1 more time as I classic palm this one, point, and I say, you're going to take these 2 coins, and I try to make sure that this one's visible too. You don't want them to lose track of all the coins. You point to these 2, say, open up your hand, and then you click them on top of each other. Still say, hold these 2 coins. they squeeze them, and you hold their hand up in the air. You say, lift your hand up so everybody can see, wow, you're muscular. And this just prevents them from getting them in their hands and then going like that. You don't want them to do that. You want them to put their hand up in the air and then focus back at you. And then you say, this last coin, so you put their hand up, this last coin, don't get hypnotized by it. Put your hand, I grip between the index finger and the thumb, and then again clip it in the pinky ring finger, like so. Put your left hand like so, and close around it. Pause for a second, and then when you go to around the pinky side, you steal the coin from your hand, drop it into your right hand as this goes over there. Sometimes I classic palm it, and then can very cleanly put it over like that. You don't want to show this as you're doing that, obviously. So you want to tilt your hand. This is called the cap's subtlety. They don't really see the classic palmed coin with your hand like so, even though it's sitting right there. Kind of an angle thing. So anyway, so boom. And then I'll grab, and then I grab, it's kind of a pointless action. You're really just doing it to steal the coin. And then I go, boom, open up your hand, and then sometimes I'll even just drop that coin into my left hand as I show this, and everybody's looking there, so it looks like both my hands were empty. And then you just pick up coins, drop in the extra one, put those away, and then put that on top, and then you're reset for next time.